we've got the milling machine in. Just about all in bits. I think I've done quite well, really. I don't mean in terms of me moving it, I mean the deal that I got. I was in the process of clearing this space, but I ended up just emptying a tool bag there at the last minute to take another bag with me. But yeah, anyway, so a couple of dings in the table. Well, more than a ding, there's a couple of big chunks missing. You can see there's been a vice there quite a long time. Machine itself looks good. It's one of those branded with an M for Meonite, is it? The patented cast iron whatever process. So I don't know if that ages it. I think possibly early ones had the M, maybe later ones had a KR. I'm not sure. There's actually no date on here. Or it's rubbed off a long time ago, but it does have a serial number of 3921. I wonder if I can change the zoom on this now. No, too late, it's already recording. Okay, so let's see what we've got. So we've got the vice that was on there. It's an Accurite 3 X and Y axis with a new oil thing added for the knee, the Z axis. That Z axis scale, I have no idea what sort this is. I just see a bar as opposed to an enclosed glass, aren't they, the scales, I think, normally. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that one. Now the thing is, I bought a Chinese DRO to put on the lathe, and I bought a 3 axis as well. One of the scales I bought a small one for the cross slide, but I haven't fitted it. But I bought the 3 axis on the basis that I thought I would possibly use it on a mill. I'd like the option to be able to take it off and put it on a mill. Well, I haven't put it on there. I'm probably going to put it on this because it's a Chinese one, but it wasn't the cheapest Chinese one. I spent a lot of time looking at the slight differences between the different AliExpress offerings, and it looked a bit better. And you know, it'll let you dial in bolt circles and stuff like that, which I thought was quite cool. I don't know if these do that. You know, this just has a couple of 8-segment displays, you know, LED type numbers on it. Whereas the other thing, it's a TFT LCD. Anyway, looking at the head there, I've seen much more worn looking print. Let's say if the red paint's anything to go off, you know, it looks okay. When we took it apart, the only grief we had taking it apart was the knee, getting the dials off here. It's like it's like they were thread locked on all the way coming off with some tight grips. It's going to need re-knurling, or it doesn't need it, but we marred it a lot. All the way right to the last thread, it felt like it was cross-threading or something, and yet the thread on the inner dial that it threaded onto, when this outer dial came off, threads looked tidy. None of them looked like they cross-threaded, but it was so tight, and yet the rest were a piece of cake. And then the same again, getting the inner dial off the shaft. Absolute nightmare. Just didn't feel right. It felt like there was a grub screwing all along or something, but there wasn't. We got it out. So I was advised by one person not to take the knee off, but we were using a Luton van tail lift, which has a weight limit of 500 kilos. And I know on an actual Bridgeport, I think this is, I only found one set of numbers online, but this worked out to 380 to 400 kilos. Well, this machine as a whole is 25% heavier than a Bridgeport. So this is 1250 kilos. Bridgeport is 900, I think. So we didn't know where that weight was, but there's a fair chance a lot of it's in that column. And we didn't want to break the van, so yeah, took the knee off. But yeah, everything came apart nicely, except for that. That was a hassle. Was there anything else we couldn't do? Oh yeah, the X and Y feed screws. So the instructions, H&W Machinery Repair, the excellent YouTube videos, the guy that rebuilds them, or the shop that rebuilds them, he showed the feed screws coming out with a nut, with the nut in the middle, so the nut comes out of the yoke. That wasn't happening on this, so we unscrewed the screw all the way out, both of them actually. And when we looked at the yoke afterwards, was it when I was looking at the yoke? Yeah, I could see that the brass part couldn't come out. Anyway, it was almost hitting the oil lines on the measuring manifold thing. Yeah, I forget what that's called, but you know what I mean. The measuring block, I think it's called, the metering block. So it was almost catching one of the lines going into that, but we could see actually it wasn't catching that. It was catching the casting. So that just wasn't, yeah, that wasn't going to happen. So we just unscrewed those, both of them. And the other thing, there is no, on the, so I wrote down every step from the YouTube vid, and there was a knee lock shaft on the Bridgeport that I think it sort of locked into the jibs at the back or something. And you know, he showed some covers here. You take a plug out, a couple of set screws or something, and then you pull a shaft right out. Well, that shaft doesn't exist, so that was that. Okay, well, in terms of what did I get for my money? Well, it's X and Y power feed, which is nice. There's some, I think there's a coolant pump dropped in the bottom of the column. There's some electrical thing that looks like a pump, just literally just dropped in there. I don't know if it's broken or what. Yeah, we've got the machine. There was a vice on it already. These guys used to machine engines, haven't done for some time, and they wanted rid, and they didn't know what anything was anymore. The machinist is long gone, so they said anything that looks like it goes with it, just take it. It's only going to the skip. So found another vice. Found a few things actually. So found another vice. The handle. Found, I guess this is a angle plate. Now, yes, a bit broken there, but repairable. Got that. These are just parts of the machine. There was a full collet set, including the holders off the wall. Quite a bit of tooling. I mean, I think I've done pretty well. These are machine parts. Lots of end mills here, and lots of like drill guides, offcuts of metal. Oh yeah, I got quite a bit of stock, some small pieces of stock here and there. More collets in there. Quite a few decent sized drills. A lot of V-blocks and things. Now some of these things might be from the lathe that they sold to somebody else. I don't, well, that looks like a, well, it's a chuck key. I was going to say for a lathe, but it could be for anything, couldn't it? Anyway, lots of V-blocks, extremely useful. And mills. Is that a fly cutter? More collets. End mills. Is that called a face mill? A couple of those anyway. Well, 3 of those. More drills. More end mills. Some stock. Some. Oh yeah. I wasn't sure what this was, but it's got a dovetail on the back. Clearly bolts to something. It's got T slots there. I'm guessing actually, now that I look at it, that would have possibly fitted on the top slide of the lathe to give them T slots instead of the compound or something like that. Well, it's mine now. Some pretty thick walled aluminium tubing. I mean, that's quite a piece. I can't believe they were, well, I can believe it, but I mean, I'm super pleased it was free, and the fact that they were just going to throw it out. I think he said this was exhaust tubing, so it's just mild steel. But there's 2 of these thick walled pieces of aluminium. Another one there. A couple of them. This is a piece of solid aluminium bar. Square aluminium. So yeah, I think I've done alright for 950 quid really. Just need to have a big tidy up. Job for today is to get the jackhammer out and remove this ridge, this ledge on the side of the wall. It's for spill containment from the previous owners. They used to store liquid nitrogen, and apparently they had to have these spill containment things. So every wall, you can see I've got rid of them from there already, so I can get things actually back against the wall. So yeah, I'm going to do that because the pallet truck has to go back to one of my customers tomorrow. I've got skates and roller bars, and I was going to just leave enough room at the back for the toe jack, which, as I say, that's why that needs to go, because we could get a few more inches back there. But yeah, pretty happy I think. Who knows when I'll actually turn the thing on. I'll probably get the same VFD as I've got for the lathe, so avoiding the Chinese shite. It's a WEG 2.2 kilowatt. Price skyrockets once you go above that. The motor's rated at 2.3, so that's fine. So yeah, it's sensorless vector control and all that nice stuff. The only thing is you have to pay extra for this and extra for that, which is common, but so it doesn't come with they insist it, well, they say that you should use a noise filter on them, EMF filter or something. So they all just bolt on, so I've added the filter on already at the back. That's why it steps down one more at the back. That's a filter that clips across the top and down the back. And then there's another add-on to give you more I/O if you want it, which I'm probably not going to need. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to buy another one of those, and I only have to know about one of them then. And the price ain't bad, 150 quid, 160 quid, something like that, plus VAT. So yeah, I'm going to clean it up a lot, obviously. Oh, another thing that I got from them as well was fluids and stuff. We weren't sure what was what. I don't really know where they are. But I got about 3 tubs of various cutting oils and stuff, basically. Let's have a look. A multi-sol water mix cutting fluid. Got 3 of these things, not all the same, so I got that. We didn't know what that was. Something machine. No idea, but we took it anyway. Well, he said we could take it. Yeah, there was another. I think that was mine already. Took that Swarfager with us. Oh, there we go. So I don't know how old that is, but Metaflow high performance drilling and tapping lubricant. So yeah, oh, alright, I think. Pleased with that. I had originally planned to put the machine there, but this RSJ is in the way. I thought on a previous video I had a light bulb moment of, holy crap, I can fit a milling machine in there, because there was this opening here, which is why I went ahead and bid on the thing. And then afterwards I realised I need to get to the arbour here, and there's still not enough room there, so it's going here instead. And I'm just about to get a car in here if I need to do a bit of work on a car, I think. Longer term, I'd like to just knock that wall down, because the previous owners used to call this an office. We still call it the office, but it's a woodworking room, and it's got a loo and stuff like that. We could knock these walls down, and I'd I'd probably put up a curtain just to separate the wood shavings from the oil and stuff like that. And but yeah, if I opened it out, you can see we've got a low roof here though, because this has got a proper loft space above it. But yeah, if the wall was down, I could have the machine here, or could I? Yeah, I could, because then the back of the ram could go back further then. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, that's it. Cheers. Pretty happy with that. A bit knackered. But yeah, that's that. Thanks. Bye.